What's up, people? Hustling as always, you know me. Sometimes when you're just sitting around and talking to yourself, and I always do a lot of talking to think things through um, for the next project that I may be going through or the next message that may be coming through me. I have a conversation with my God. You know, we talk back and forth. Some of you may think it's crazy, but that's how I kind of filter my thoughts. When you're always filtering your thoughts through other people, you have a response that's not necessarily your spiritual thought process. You have a debate, so to speak, as opposed to an actual conversation with your higher being. When I speak out loud with my God, we're conversing, right? And the thoughts that he puts into my head immediately as I'm speaking, just automatically, it's almost as if I'm having a conversation. I get actions and reactions, and they're both coming, from me. And the thought process is pretty quick. It's really, I can't explain it. It's just, it is what it is, But as I was speaking to God and talking to Him, and basically giving a speech about what I'm doing right now, the next phase that He has going for me, that's stretching me, that's the passion and purpose event that's coming up on the 26th of this month. It's coming so quick, it's scary, it's exciting, it's stretching me. So I know it's of God because I can't do it all by myself. And but every day I'm up hustling, trying to make it happen. I'm so thankful for this opportunity. But one of the things that I wanted to be able to share with everyone is to give them an understanding of what it is that the passion and purpose is all about. It is my belief that if you do not seek your passions, you cannot find your purpose. A lot of people, go through the whole process of going to college, get out of college, go get a job. Hopefully it's a job that pays enough to the living that you want to live by, that has somewhat of no ceiling, so to speak, so that you can grow within it, so that maybe one day you can be the head person, supervisor, manager, or owner. And those opportunities are out there, but it doesn't happen to the majority of us. So we seek money before we find ourselves. And this is one of the flaws, I believe, that we have, is because we're so focused on how much we can obtain that we lose sight of how we can find ourselves. You have to find yourself first. What it is that you love to do, what you're passionate about. You have to find that first before you start seeking, financial gain. And I understand we have to survive, and you can do side gigs and stuff like that. That's understandable. But the focus should be on what is it that you love? What is it that makes you you? One of the things that when I was speaking to God just now, the phrase that came to me that's just amazing, that I had to share with you guys like almost immediately, was that money is fleeting, right? That means it comes and it goes. You come into a job and you can grow from making $20 an hour, and 20 years later you're making $40 an hour. It comes and goes, and then they can let you go and lay you off, and you're back down to $20 or $15 an hour. That is fleeting. It goes. It comes and it goes, depending on someone else. Actually, it's not even your control. Whatever job decides to cut back, then you're out. But when you find yourself, it's permanent. When you find who you are, what you are, why were you put here, and you find your purpose, no one can take that from you. You can move from here to Japan, to Chicago. I don't care where you go. Your purpose can't be taken from you. It's not fleeting. It's here forever once you find it. So that's what I mean by stop chasing money. Money will come and go. And you'll realize I've had people who've worked in jobs for 20, 30 years, and they got laid off, and now they're just looking for something to substitute the amount of money that they were making, and they see that there's nothing out there, and many of them have given up on jobs. And why? Because they focus their whole life on making income. They have not focused on who they are. their personal income. What are you worth? Why are you here? Find that, and you won't have to worry about money. You won't have to worry about money. Yes, you will at the very beginning, but just like with anything else, once you find you and you start working it out, I don't care if you get side gigs or whatever to pay the bills, keep finding you. And then that one day when it switches to the point where you're like, oh my God, I don't care what it is. If I love yoga, if I love baking cookies, wherever your moment, your zen is, where you feel the most happiest, is where you belong. And as you do that, you'll start to figure out how you can make profit doing it. Your purpose is all about being of service. Whatever you're great at, you're supposed to be able to help your brothers and sisters who aren't great at that, to help them. That's what it's about, people. Finding your passion, you'll find your purpose. Focusing on money, you won't find anything else but money. Nothing else. You'll seek the money until it runs out, and then you're lost. I don't care if that's at 20 or at 50. So as always, I want you guys to hustle to make your passions, your dreams a reality. And it can happen. I don't care what you do. Stop thinking that what you love to do is not profitable. It is. I gave my daughter an example when she was younger, because she had this way of thinking, and it came from a different part of the family. I'm not that way, so it came from my ex's side of the family. And it's all about, and nothing wrong with it, it's all about hard work, but just finding something, just working hard at it, and work that until you die. Hopefully you won't get fired or anything like that. So she had that mentality, and I said to her, you know what, babe, whatever it is that you want to do it. That's what you need to be focused on. You'll find a way to find a living off of that. But if you seek something just because it has a high tax bracket attached to it, I don't care if doctor, lawyer, whatever it may be, and you don't love it, you're putting yourself in a position where you are chained to something for the money. You don't want to be chained for the money. You want to be chained to the purpose. Why you wake up every morning. What are you accomplishing the next day? So I told her, go into the kitchen, pull something out of the refrigerator. I don't care what it is. Right? And I'll show you how you can make a living doing it. Right? So she went to the kitchen. She pulled out mustard. Thought she had got me too. She was so funny. She's like, so what you gonna do with this, Dad? Mustard. And I said, babe, you gotta think about it. You just pulled something out of the refrigerator. That means I paid for it. That means whoever owns that company is probably rich. And the reason why they're rich, not because they just wanted to make mustard to be wealthy. At some point, I don't care where it came from, 40s, 50s, 30s, 1800s, whatever it was, somebody loved the taste of mustard so much that they probably went to fairs, got blue ribbons for it. They loved it even more that they started to mix it up a little bit and add different things to it and put it on sandwiches and dips and everything like that. And then it came to the point where people were like, wow, this actually tastes good. And that person provided a service, a product for other people. And that servicing others changed that person's life from probably having nothing but a love for mustard into a lap of luxury because they love mustard and they shared it with someone else. So that's how we can easily change what we love and turn it into something that is of service, that can change our lives financially. And now, like I told my daughter, that person never has to worry about money. Now, the person who created that company has probably been long gone, but I bet you money, they enjoyed a wonderful life of loving what they did. Right? They probably made mustard on their own still, even though they were wealthy. Because it wasn't about the money to begin with. It was about their love of that mustard. Like you, I don't care what it is. If it's love of fragrances. I don't care if it's love of computers. I don't care if it's love of products of any kind of service. Whatever you enjoy doing, focus on it. Focus on that passion, and you'll be given the purpose for that passion. And then I know whatever the purpose is, it's attached to some type of service. And once you serve other people, not only will you feel good that you've helped other people's lives progress, it will pay off tremendously. It's as simple as that. So, as always, how strong is your hustle? Keep hustling, people.